Hey guys, it's Katie. So today I wanted to do a gift guide for you. A gift guide for the most difficult person to buy on your list. The man in your life. My husband is a very difficult person to shop for, simply because if he sees something that he really wants, he buys it, and he's very, very picky about clothing. Like, I think that I'm a pretty stylish person. You guys might disagree, but I think that I do okay with style. But he's just so picky about things on clothing that I can't just give him clothes, because he's pretty stylish himself. So he kind of does his own thing with clothing, and that's perfectly okay. But we've been together for many, many years now, and so I have come up with lots of gifts that you can give your husband, your boyfriend, the guy that you're kind of dating, but you're not really quite sure if you should even get him a gift kind of thing. Yeah. Or even some of these might be appropriate for your dad or uncle or somebody that, you're gifting to, another man in your life that you're gifting to. So I wanted to go ahead and get started. I have my phone here with a huge list. This is a huge list of things that you could buy. And I don't have them all here because, well, for one, I've gifted them. So they are no longer in my possession. They are in my husband's possession. But if I do have them, then I will show you. And if I don't have them, then I will put a picture up here so you can easily find them. And then they'll also be linked down below for you. Because I know the struggle. I know the struggle of buying for your significant other, because men are just the pickiest. They're the hardest to shop for ever. I think I've purchased every single thing on this list for my husband, and it's been a hit. So I actually asked him the other day too. I was like, what are the best gifts that I have given you over the years? And he named a bunch of them that are on this list. So that made me feel pretty proud too. So the first thing that is for your husband or even dad is Bose headphones, like noise canceling headphones, Beats headphones, depending on your budget here, or Apple AirPods. So I've purchased all of those except for the Beats, but I have the Beats. I've purchased all of those for my husband in the past, and he has loved them. So I think that those are a really good gift idea, especially if your husband likes to go to the gym or, travels a lot. Those are all three really good options. He uses, well, I use the Beats ones, but he uses the over-the-ear headphones and the noise cancellation ones, and then he also uses the AirPods, depending on what he's doing at the gym. So those are all three really great options. An Apple Watch. Now, you can go two ways here. You can get him an Apple Watch, and that's great for your guy who likes to be very fitness in the gym all the time, because there's heart rate monitors on there. There's lots of things. It's nice that, he can see his text messages right away on his Apple Watch. Or you can go the other route and get him a nice watch. So I have purchased Michael Kors watches in the past for my husband. I'll link the exact ones that I've purchased down below. And then I've also purchased Nixon watches for my husband in the past. And honestly, he wears the Nixon one the most. So the Nixon one, it's huge. And so that's what my husband really likes about it. So if you have a very tall boyfriend, husband, dad, whatever, or a big husband or dad, then the Nixon watch is probably a good choice because it is a bigger, bulkier watch. And my husband really likes the look of that. So there's that. If you want to get the man in your life some cologne, I would 100% recommend the Bleu. He always corrects me. I say blue, but it's actually bleu, I think is how the French say it. De Chanel cologne. Now, that one, hands down, smells so good. Smells the best, in my opinion. I love that one. He has a few different ones, but that one is probably my favorite. Or if you're not really sure if he's going to like that scent, Sephora has these samplers, and what you can do is you get the little gift box. It has probably 10 different colognes in there, the little sample size ones. And then once he's done, he can take the little certificate that's inside that box and purchase the full size of his favorite one. So it's kind of cool because you give them an actual gift that day, and then they can choose of those samples that they got which one they want to go get the full size for, and it's included in the cost of the Sephora sampler box. So that's always a good gift idea too, especially for somebody that you may more recently be dating and you don't really know what their preference is on colognes. That's a really good option, and that's a good option for a dad too, because then the dad can go pick out whichever one he really wants. A wireless charging dock. I don't know what it is about men and cords, but my husband really, was like, when he got his new phone, his new iPhone, he was so excited, mostly because he could get a wireless charging dock. He didn't have to like actually plug it in. It's a little dock that you just set your phone on top of on your like nightstand or wherever you charge your phone at night, and then it charges your phone for you. So he was really excited about that. I'm guessing a brother or a dad or a boyfriend would be really excited about that too. Another thing are shoes. Now, I told you that my husband is extremely picky with style, but I know for sure that he really loves Adidas NMDs. I've purchased those for him in the past. Again, this is kind of like a tier depending on your budget, because there is a significant price difference in all of these shoes. But I have something in my eye. But the Adidas NMDs are a good option, or Ultra Boost. Ultra Boost are the most comfortable shoe ever. And my husband has a pair of those that he really likes. And then if you're really ballin', then you can get him a pair of Yeezys. Now, Yeezys are difficult to get. You have to follow like Yeezy Mafia on Twitter, and they'll post like little hints of when they're going to drop certain shoes. So it is kind of a pain, but if you roll up on Christmas with your box of Yeezys for your husband, he's going to like go insane, especially if he's more of like that stylish kind of like athleisure type of guy, because like guys know that they're hard to get your hands on, but you can get them. You just have to be quick. And I've noticed more recently, because my husband buys Yeezys on, like, he'll be on the site the day that they're going to launch, the second they're going to launch to get a pair. He's purchased like a few in the past, and recently they've been like relaunching other ones. Like they'll launch a certain color wave, and then like the next weekend they'll relaunch them again. So just keep your eyes out. It is possible to get a pair. It's not like you can just go walk into an Adidas store and pick up a pair of Yeezys. You have to like be on it and be online when they're going to release. And I think actually that they're going to release the sesame color this weekend on Saturday. You just have to follow Yeezy Mafia on Twitter, and they'll post like little hints and stuff like that. But you have to do some research if you're going to get some Yeezys, because you can't not just walk into a store and get a pair. But if you can get one, you're going to be like wife of the year, or girlfriend of the year, or daughter of the year, or sister of the year, whatever. Okay. Another thing that I would recommend, I've purchased these for Ricky in the past, are Ascot Ugg slippers. Now, in the past, he's always been like, no, I don't need a pair of Uggs. I don't need a pair of Uggs. Well, one year, I just went and got them. And he wears them all the time, especially when it's cold in the house. We have tile on the bottom floor of our house, and that's a whole other subject. I can't wait to rip out that tile and put in hardwood floors, but that's besides the point. It gets cold on the bottom floor of our house in the winter because of that tile, and so those slippers have come in handy, and he wears them all the time. So they're the Ugg Ascot slippers, and they were a win. Like, even though he's always said like, oh, I don't really need them, when he got them, he was super excited about it. And another thing that I've purchased for Ricky in the past, but I didn't put on my list here, is a robe. So that could be a good combination, a pair of Uggs and then a robe. And that could be for anyone, really. Everyone likes to be comfortable, but maybe for the guy who's more of like a homebody, likes to stay at home on the weekends, who likes to watch movies, that would be a good gift combination. Okay, for the techie guy, any sort of like wireless speaker. Ricky, he's always outside like washing our cars, or doing stuff in the backyard, or just doing things around the house. And so it's really nice for him to have a wireless speaker, because he's really into his music. And so it's a wireless speaker. It's pretty big, but he can just carry it around anywhere with him, and it has a really good sound on it. You got to be careful. There's a lot of wireless speakers out there where it's just not the best sound quality. Ricky used to be like a DJ in the past, so in his past life. So he's got an ear for sound. And so I'll link this specific one down below, because it's actually a really good speaker, especially for it being like a wireless speaker. So I will link that one down below. But it's really nice. I use it sometimes too, like when I'm cleaning the house and listening to a podcast. It's really nice because you'll be able to hear it throughout the entire house. So wireless speaker is another one. This is for the guy who is a little bit more classy, he likes to drink, and he likes a specific kind of scotch. This is a great gift for somebody that you are dating, but you haven't been together that long, and so you don't want to go like crazy for Christmas for them. Get them a nice bottle of scotch and some nice scotch glasses, and then silicone ice trays, I guess you'd call them. So I have purchased this for the past, like, for Ricky in the past years ago when we first started dating, and he still uses the silicone trays on the glasses to this day because they're really good Scotch glasses. Obviously, you only want to get this for somebody if you know that they like Scotch, because Scotch is not for everyone. But you know, there's different tiers of Scotch that you can get. Ricky really likes Blue Label. That's a fancier, more expensive Scotch, but Green Label is something that he really likes too. We'll see if you can figure out what his favorite drink is, and then get him like a kit of like really nice glassware to go along with it. So that's something that's a pretty good idea. I know at Williams-Sonoma, this is where I purchased mine in the past. They have like different silicone little trays for ice, just to make the drinks look fancier. Because for a Scotch, you really don't want to like put a ton of ice in a Scotch glass. Most men really like just like one ice cube. And so at Williams-Sonoma, they have these ice trays that make just 4 huge ice cubes. And we always have those in the freezer for when he wants a glass of Scotch. So that's something that's a good idea too. That's also a really good idea for like a father-in-law, or even your dad, or, you know, older brother, uncle, anything like that. Because it's just kind of like a classy gift, and I think it's kind of like a well thought out gift too, because there's multiple pieces to it. You could also add to that gift, and if somebody in your family or your man or whatever likes cigars, cigars with a humidor, that would be a really nice gift too. Humidors don't have to be like a huge like walk-in humidor. You can do something that's a little bit more like budget friendly, and that would be a nice gift too. And you can even personalize it and get the humidor engraved. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can get engraved to make it more personal too. Okay, a leather jacket or a nice coat. So I have gifted Ricky many coats and jackets over the years. One of his favorites that he still wears all the time is this North Face jacket that is still available. Like Nordstrom just keeps remaking it every year, or I guess North Face keeps remaking it every year, but he still wears it. And so I will link that exact one down below. And also, if he's more of like a businessman, like if he has to wear a nice like suit and jacket to work every day, then a nice coat would be good. You know, like a nice trench coat or a nice wool coat for him to wear to work. I know J. Crew makes really nice ones. My husband Ricky, he's tall and he's more like lean, and so one brand that really fits him well is Ted Baker. So he really likes the way that Ted Baker blazers and jackets fit. So just throwing that out there. But that is a more expensive brand. So again, depending on your budget. If you get him a coat from J. Crew or something like that, those tend to go on sale, especially for Black Friday. So check out J. Crew's sale. Okay, if you have somebody in your life that really enjoys coffee, I love my Nespresso machine. I got it for my birthday a couple years ago now, and I use it every single day. So an espresso machine is just really fun, and it's fun to like make different espresso drinks with it, but it tastes really good, and it's really easy. Like you don't have to sit there and like grind your espresso beans every morning and put it in there to make the espresso. It's actually a really easy thing. It's kind of like the Keurig for espresso. So the Nespresso machine, there's a few different ones. I have the Virtual line, I think is what it's called, and it'll make espresso or coffee, and you can just get the little capsules delivered to you from Nespresso, or I find mine on Amazon sometimes too. So an espresso machine would be really cool. Okay, this is for somebody when you're like, I don't know, maybe they're into like making YouTube videos, or they're into media, or they're just a man. Men love drones. I don't know what it is about it. Ricky and I have been wanting one for a while just because we think it'd be cool, like to have cool footage. We wanted one before we got married in Hawaii because we thought it'd be really cool to have like drone footage in Hawaii, but we didn't end up getting one. But my dad has one. Like, it's just a man thing. They love drones, and so a drone would be really cool. Drones now are at a lot of different budgets, so you can find one that's within your means, within your budget. I don't have one, so I've never gifted one to Ricky. I don't have one. I can't even recommend a specific brand, but just throwing that out there as a gift idea. Another thing that is really popular, I've done this for Ricky a few times, is getting him tickets to a concert or a sports event. Ricky loves the Lakers. It's been a tough few years for Ricky and the Lakers. But hopefully they're having a better season this time around. But anyways, I gave him Lakers tickets a few years ago, and that was something that when I asked him what was one of the best gifts that I've given you, that was one of the things that he said. It was really fun. I got like good seats. They played the Clippers, and it was just a fun experience. We went down to LA and hung out there for the entire day, went to dinner, and then went to the game after. So it was just a good time. And men tend to love experiences too. So get him tickets to his favorite band or his favorite comedian or his favorite sports team. And they always love things like that. If you're looking for a comedian, if you don't know one that he really likes, my husband really likes Bill Burr. If you're familiar with Bill Burr, he has a really funny stand-up. So that would be a good ticket. That would be a good place to get tickets to, or a good show to get tickets to. And then any kind of concerts that are going on right now would be really fun. This is something that is usually a little bit more affordable. Instead of getting him tickets to his favorite sports team, get him a hoodie that is by his favorite sports team, if that makes sense. So like NFLshop.com, NBA.com, like they all will have nice quality hoodies or jackets or whatever it is you want to get for different sports teams. So I don't know if I've purchased a hoodie for Ricky. He loves the Patriots. So I've definitely purchased like beanies and stuff like that in the past. So that would be a good idea and something that he would really enjoy. Something that is a little bit more affordable again is a Yeti cup. So this can go like full range of budget because you can get them like a Yeti cup, or you can get them, they have like Yeti Scotch glass containers now, or you can even go like big and get them a Yeti cooler. So if you have somebody in your life that really loves to go camping or really loves to go out on their boat or be in the outdoors, a Yeti cooler would be really cool because they keep things cool for a really long time. Yeti is a really good, like kind of like more rustic, manly kind of cooler brand to go for. And so the next thing is something that's a little bit more personal. Obviously, this is not going to be for your dad. This is going to be for your husband or your boyfriend for a really long time. So when Ricky and I got married, I did like a boudoir shoot for him, and I put all the pictures together like in this really nice leather-bound book. That to me is something that's more of like a wedding gift, but I mean you could also do it for Christmas. And when I asked him what was one of the best gifts that I have ever given you, that was one of the things that he said. But I told him, I said, well, that's kind of like more of like a wedding thing. And he said, what about a calendar? So if you're feeling a little like brave and you want to go do professional shots for a calendar, that would be something that your husband would love. So there's always that. And then this would be something that's more for like your dad or brother, or I mean I guess your husband too, but there's different like meat delivery companies. So there's Butcher Box, there's I always use one. My dad lives in Texas, so I've used one for him in the past to be delivered there because he's pretty picky about that meat. So that is something that you could do too. I always feel like that's a little bit less personal, but it is something that they will enjoy. Butcher Box will deliver all the meat. You can choose the meats that you want, like the different cuts that you want, and then you can always keep them in your freezer until you're ready to use them. And I've heard really good things about Butcher Box, and I've heard really good things about the one that I always use that delivers to my dad in Texas. So those are all of the ideas that I have for you guys for right now. If you guys can think of anything else that you would suggest getting your men in your life, then let me know down below so that everybody else can see your suggestions. And I hope that this was helpful for you guys because I know that it can be difficult to buy for the men in your life. But these are some of the things that I've purchased my husband in the past that have been really big hits. So I hope it's helpful for you, and happy shopping. Bye.